y'all, welcome back to another episode of Tess Talks 2.0. This is going to be the birthday pod because your girl is 40. I am 40 years old and I feel like I've been celebrating for the whole month, but it is not, I don't even think it's the 15th. Like I couldn't tell you what date it is right now. I don't know. Okay, wait, the 19th. Okay, so this month has flown by. I feel like I've been partying for like 3 weeks straight. Have you ever heard that sound on TikTok? It's like, then I have to party again next weekend and then the weekend after that. And that's kind of always what Houston has been for me, but we did get some travel in. There was a Martha, that's my mom. There was a Martha cameo this month. There was Friends, there was pickleball. So let's just get into all of it. It's gonna be a fun episode. Okay, so let's start it with the birthday celebration. You know, it's very like, it's not my norm to celebrate my birthday because it kind of stresses me out. I'm a Libra, so making a lot of decisions, it's not my forte, and I know exactly what I like to do. So most of my birthdays, I do kind of spend them solo or with someone I really like. I like going to like a dinner one-on-one, things like that. But this one, I knew it was kind of a bigger number, so I did allow people to participate in that. Yes, I know that sounds very bougie. I told them at work though, I was like, guys, I don't want anything. In fact, I took the week off for my birthday. So I was like thinking like maybe I could get out of them, maybe celebrating too much at work, but it didn't work. There was a banner. Derek had Brandon bake me a pickle cake, a pickle like bundt cake. And he's like, do you like it? And I'm like, I don't like it. And he goes, Brandon spent hours making that. And I felt so bad, but I'm like, why would you make such a delicious cake and then add pickles to it? Like, I like pickles because they're sour. Cake is sweet. It's not, the vibe didn't vibe for me, but it was very fun. He did also make me a pickle martini. That was delicious on air. Everyone at work had decorated. Lauren Kelly had got me like a big case of Celsius. Everyone was just so cool. And the day flew by. And, you know, my birthday was on a Friday. So I had told the people at work, like, hey, if you're not busy, I'm going to Third Coast to play volleyball. That's what we usually do on Friday nights anyway. Third Coast Volleyball is this awesome place off of Hillcroft. And they've got like 10 sand courts. You play fours, you play sixes. If you're really good, you play twos. We go there anyway. On this particular day, Travis had called me and he was like, hey, should I open these oysters now or later? And I'm like, boy, I don't even want oysters. And he had a card for me and he had champagne. And I was like, it's overwhelming. Like it's too much for me. Like I like to call my own shots. So when people are like, have some cake, have some treats. That's the other thing. I've been eating cake non-stop. And like for 40, it's like the time where you should probably start watching how much cake you eat. But I digress. It's been so lovely. And even that day for volleyball, slowly but surely, it was such a busy work day. My work friends were like, okay, hey, we're like moving, or hey, like I have this thing, like this package. So I was like, don't even worry about it. Like, please don't ever stress on my behalf. So I didn't even want to go to my own birthday at Third Coast. I was tired, but I called my other girlfriends who play sand volleyball and they were like, no, we're going. Like, we're in the car. You need to go. So I go over there. And Third Coast had a table for me. They had like a bag of swag for me. And then all my volleyball friends were there and it was like a great, perfect night. A cold front had just run into Houston. So it was like a really, really nice night. And that was great. Okay, next day, pickleball time. I reserved a court at Picklemania. Picklemania is downtown. It's in Lyric Market. It is such a cute place. Now, this day was perfect weather. So I wish it was outside. But that's not the norm in Houston. You know, normally it could be close to raining. It is really hot. So I had my girls meet me over there and we did like a little pickleball tournament and it was really fun and they all brought me some stuff. Then after that, we went to the Rustic. And the Rustic is a really good pregame spot. It's the one downtown by Toyota Center. There's another one here in Galleria that's really nice too. There's live music. I'm not a big fan of their regular menu, but their brunch menu is it's my top 3 in Houston. It's my top 3 in Houston. And what they do is they bring you this big spread. So you have chicken and waffles. You have like chilaquiles. You have chicken. Did I already say chicken and waffles? Potatoes, bacon, like greens, like all these delicious things. Then they have peach bellinis. They were out of peach bellinis that day, but they did have like a pitcher of Bloody Mary. They have mimosa flights. So that was fantastic. But by this time, so thankfully we scheduled that early. It's the earliest I've ever scheduled a birthday. It was celebration. It was in the morning. We did brunch and then it was like done. Like I am done. I got all of that out the way. We've told everyone that we've let everyone celebrate because your friends want to celebrate you. And that's what I've come to realize. Like your birthday, yes, it is about you, but it's not really for you. It's kind of for the people around you to say, hey, we love you. We're so glad you were born. And that makes them feel nice. And so me, as the selfish bitch that I am, I have to be like, okay, fine. You can celebrate me. I will let you do this because I do what I want all the time anyway. And I have to realize most people don't. Most people don't carve out the time for themselves. I do every day. I wake up. I've carved out 24 hours for myself just for me. Special, specially made. So that's kind of the birthday celebration I was dealing with. Well, then, okay, it's like we have to go to Costa Rica. We had to pack. We had to get everything ready. And what's interesting is that Saturday, my mom showed up. My mom showed up. We're a group of popper-uppers. Okay, we kind of really don't say, even like this podcast. I texted Bobby, you win? Like 2 days ago? Yeah. And I was like, hey, can you do a podcast on Saturday? He's like, no, like I have fucking plans. Like I'm a regular person. Like it's the weekend. I can maybe do Sunday. I'm like, perfect. See you Sunday. You know, I'm like kind of, that's the kind of scheduler I am. Well, my mom kind of pulls the same move on me. She showed up on my birthday, her and her friend Stella, who I've known since I was born. That's one of her ride or die friends. They show up at the apartment while we're packing and they're like getting drunk at our apartment. Babe, they're just drinking. And I'm like, well, I'm glad. They're like, you're not gonna have a shot for your birthday. I'm like, no. I've had enough cake, enough mimosas, enough Bloody Marys. I'm good. So my mom shows up, which was good because then she stayed at my apartment while we got ready for Costa Rica. So it was just very nice to have a surprise visit from her. And she picked us up from the airport on the way back. So that was really cool. Also, Saturday night, we didn't get to see it, but Michael Aswell Jr. is an MMA fighter that we just had on Houston Live. And he won his fight in Brazil over the favorite. So he beat a Brazilian, but there was a little bit of controversy because during the weigh-ins, that guy's hand was like a balloon. It was like ballooned over. And there was a lot of speculation that guy had broke his hand. And when Michael went to shake his hand in the pre-fight showdown, that guy used his left hand instead. And people were like, yeah, I think like this dude might have hurt his hand. For someone who has broken their actual hand, like I have fractured my hand right here, it is the most painful thing in the world. Your hand does bubble up like a balloon. It is sore to the touch. It'll wake you up in the middle of the night. And I just think it, like, when it comes to those MMA fights, like, what a shit predicament to be put into. Like, no, I have to go get my bag. Like, I have to go fight for money. And also, like, I think the restrictions are more lax in Brazil. Like, I'm not saying that they're like, yeah, no, too bad, go fight. I'm pretty sure it's probably a mixture of both. You know, it's this tale of the athlete that like really wants to play on the sideline injured, but like, and the coach is like, he's tough, he can do it. But the doctor is like, hey, probably not the fucking best idea. Either way, I'm very glad for Michael because he won and he destroyed dude within the first round. Was that due to the guy, having a broken hand? Well, sure. But what Michael said in the post-fight interview was, I can't worry about what he does. I just have to go in. I have to go in with my mindset, worry about what I do, and you have to be that killer, be that dude. And he was. So I'm like really, really happy for him. One thing I found really interesting about him leading up to that big fight in Brazil, because I follow Michael now on Instagram, it'd be like a really inspirational story. And then, pictures of him training and then like a big old plate of barbecue. Like just a big old like plate of food, like dude was gonna eat after he did his fight. So I love that, and I hope he got himself a big old plate of barbecue afterwards. Okay, so another thing that I was thinking about, Bobby, and I'm talking to you, just B Jokes is out here. We were trying to figure out where the fuck the Test 1, Test 2 theme song came from. Like the test 1, test 2, don't test me, I'm gonna test you. Like, where did that come from? So I was asking Bobby, like, do you remember who sent us this? And he's like, no, like, I don't. The first time I sent this to him was probably 3 years ago, right? Like 3 or 4 years ago. And so he's like, no, I don't keep track of the theme song you sent me. And I'm like, okay, well, I deleted all my Google. I had like 100K Google emails. So I had to delete them. And I probably deleted who sent them to me. So if you're listening to this and you're like, hey, bitch, that's my theme song. You didn't even give me credit in the description. It's because I can't source you and I can't find you. And I would love to give you credit because it is a jazzy little tune. It's a banger. It's a quick little banger. It's very silly. I don't know that we'll keep it forever, but I love it. And it's what we're using right now. So thank you. So thank you, unknown person who wrote the Test 1, Test 2 theme song that is leading the Tess Talks 2.0 series right now. Okay, so thank you. We're covering that. And also, please email me, test1test2@gmail.com. Okay. My next note here is, are we vloggers? We went to Costa Rica and I had bought some little, have you seen the DJIs that you like click them and they can go anywhere? We use one of those for work. Well, I priced one out. They're like $800 for the kit. Your girl, I don't care how much money I have. I'm just so tight with that, splurging on the electronics. But I did find some dupes on TikTok and they were like 2 for like $60, okay? So we got them in, and Travis was like, cool. And he's like trying to like turn it. I'm like, oh, it doesn't turn. Like it's just, you like manually turn the camera in and around. And then when you zoom in, you just hear it click, 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 click on the video. So we do have some vlogging footage. It is not the highest of quality, but it was actually very convenient to have that little camera and just pull it out when we were in Costa Rica and like take little video of it. The quality, again, not the best. Will I eventually splurge from the DJI? Well, that is up to you guys because you have to like and subscribe to fund our lifestyle, okay? We're not trying to buy drugs. We just want better video equipment, okay? So please subscribe, like, share, and follow. And I think now's a good time as any to remind people that this podcast is sponsored by Barrera Law. Barrera Law is a place that you can call, and I'm glad people are walking through right now because Barrera Law is a place that they can call if they're ever personally injured, if they ever need someone in a pinch. You just go to jbarreralaw.com and they'll help you. Doesn't matter. They just have advice. Maybe you call and you just want a little bit of advice from a lawyer, from an attorney. They say you need a couple of things in this life. Someone to handle your money, someone to handle your legal things, legal notices, legalities. There it is. And Barrera Law has been that for me. So jbarreralaw.com. Okay, so are we vloggers? That question, it's like ish, we're vlog-ish. We dabble in the lifestyle. I also, you guys, I'm sure have seen the Meta sunglasses, the Meta glasses with the little camera on. Well, those are $400 and Travis was very close to buying them for me for my birthday. I'm glad he didn't because again, TikTok came through and I bought a dupe and that pair of glasses, the dupes, think they were about $35, okay? Now, that comes with an app. You have to record it on your phone. I still don't really know. I mean, record it here and then it goes to your phone and like import it. It'll describe what it's looking at. I think it has a language translator as well. Have we used them a lot? No. Do they look very cute? Yes. They look like little nerd glasses, like Wild Thing, Charlie Sheen, those glasses that he wears, it looks like that. And, stylish, functional, ish. We're vloggish. We're trying to be more creative, okay? Not that our life's like super interesting, but I do think we have a lot of fun. And sometimes I like to share that with people. Speaking of people and great people and sharing, when we got to the airport, the Friday before on Houston Life, I had done a story on a young lady named Jessica Garcia. She's the owner of Chandra Yoga here in Houston. And she goes all around Houston, Galveston, Hockley, Autry Park, Botanic Gardens. And she does sound baths, she does yoga. Well, I did a feature piece on her because she had won the wellness award at the International Women's Festival recently. So I had done a feature on her. She was texting me like, hey, thanks again for the piece. I was very moved by it. I wish you were coming to Costa Rica today because she's doing a wellness retreat. I was like, wait a minute. I am going to Costa Rica, not with you, but I bet you were on the same flight. Sure enough, get to the airport, Jessica's there. We take a nice little picture. We talk about, what we're going to do and how we're doing. And it was fun because I added her on WhatsApp and we were able to kind of like compare and contrast our Costa Rica experiences, which was also very cool. She says it's funny because sometimes she's doing these sound baths or these yoga, these spiritual events. And she says a lot of times people want to snap a picture. They want to take a picture of themselves being enlightened. It doesn't really work that way. Doesn't really work that way. You can't be bragging about how enlightened you are. How can you find your zen when you're snapping a picture? You have to be in the moment. You have to, okay? Let's just shout out to Chandra Yoga. Okay, I put brunch at Rustic. Already talked about that. Okay. This will be the last episode in this place. And this place is, I don't know, like the library of my apartment building right now. It's a cute place. It's a good spot. I don't hate it. But we have been here for 13 months and we are moving on. And most people go downtown to uptown. We're doing the opposite. We're going uptown to downtown. And I'm very excited about the apartment we're going into. I'm very excited about this space. So if you like and subscribe and watch the next episode, get the next episode alert, it will actually be from our new place downtown. And I hope Bobby Jokes likes it too. B Jokes, and you can edit this out if you want, but there were some recent iHeartMedia layoffs. And it's pretty fucking crazy that they let go of Bobby because he's like a whiz and that's fucking crazy. But he's going to land on his feet. If anyone has any recommendations or needs a tremendous editor, videographer, digital guy, he is your guy. Okay. Let's see. I put down raw dogging flights. I didn't raw dog my flight. I read a book. I read a great book. It's called Broken Country, and it's a recommendation it's a Reese's book club suggestion. And Reese Witherspoon has a tremendous book club. Usually, she also has a production company. So usually her books get made into major motion pictures. Where the Crawdads Sing is also a tremendous book that got turned into a movie that I always remember watching with my dad because my dad was asking so many GD questions. And I'm like, you have to watch the movie, like, because he's like, well, I thought you read the book. I'm like, I did, but that doesn't mean you can ask me a question every 5 seconds. But it's a very funny memory because that is how my dad is. Southwest, we have a companion pass that we use. Once that expires at the end of this year, I don't know that we'll be sticking with Southwest. It's not the worst experience for me. Just flying and traveling is all kind of like, it's not enjoyable for anyone, I don't think. I mean, maybe there's someone who's like, yes, we're on a plane crowded with so many people, babies are crying, this is fucking awesome, I love this. But it's just, it's a cattle call, and it's like that thing you got to go through before you get your payoff, because of course you want to go to the place. But yeah, Southwest, I'm up in the air. I'm up in the air about, airlines. I think for the most part they do well. Okay, talked about the book. Oh, so in that book, Broken Country, they live out in the country. It's like farm people, okay? And one of the things I really thought was nice is that when two of the characters finally decided to get hitched, they just came together and everyone was so happy for that couple. And you had, Joe Smith over there saying, oh, I'll provide the venue, you can guys have it at my farm. And this one over here saying, oh, I'll make your dress. And then this one over here, like, I'll provide some wine. This one, I have a cow. I'll do the food, So I thought, damn, that community aspect, so cool. You didn't have to worry okay, I'm getting married, I need $50,000 immediately. The whole community just comes together and whoever has what was needed, they just gave because it was the cementing of a bond within your community that meant maybe these people were going to, have kids and that brings joy. And community is so important, guys. It's so important. And we have all of this AI telling us, you know, no, talk to me, ask me, I'm your AI, I'm your chat GPT, ask me, what are your problems? You know what? You're absolutely right. You do have a point there. And then they tell you what you want to hear. And you're basically having a conversation with yourself instead of someone you trust, someone you haven't reached out to in a long time. And it's getting further and further and further isolating. And I'm not against evolving and these, you know, things that can help solve solutions like pollution and, you know, what are we going to do about this, a water crisis, things like that. But I am kind of against like the loneliness epidemic. I know I just feel like computers, they're masked as something else. You know what I mean? Like these AI chat bots and AI companions, like they're masked as you don't need anyone but me. And you just come to me and tell me. And I like can't get on board with that. Okay. So there's that. When my mom was here, I wrote down 4. When my mom was here, you guys know I've been doing a little bit more golfing and I love it. I'm terrible at it, but man, do I love it. And I just love being out on a course and the weather's getting really good. Travis and I actually played a little golf yesterday in Texas City and it was really fun. Bayou Golf Club. Is that right? Bayou Golf Course. Thank you. And so I've been playing. And when my mom was here, she goes, oh, I've seen you been playing golf. What does 4 mean? And I was like, 4? She goes, yeah, like 4. You yell at 4. And I was like, shit, you know what? I don't know. She goes, oh. And then, you know, she doesn't like give me a crap about it, but she was curious. And I'm like, what does it mean? I asked other John, who is a listener of Rod Ryan Show and has become a friend of mine. And he goes, yeah, it's like pretty common knowledge what 4 means. And I'm like, okay, well, and then he didn't tell me, but I already had I'm like, hey, do you know what 4 means? And he's like, yeah, like kind of everyone knows. It's a forewarning. Forewarning. Like when you hit it and your ball's maybe flying a little closer to someone, you say 4, and it's a forewarning that a ball is about to smack you in the face. Okay, so now we know what that means. Great, wonderful. As I mentioned, we are moving. We have decided to not hire movers, which could end up being one of the biggest mistakes of our lives. But I will say that my brothers, who are large people, and Travis, another bigger person, and my brother's truck are going to be in town next weekend. Now, we have lured them over here with Texans tickets. So you see, you lure them and then you use them. That's how you get it done. No, I'm very concerned. We have 1 truck, 3 guys and me. And I'm like, you know, I'm an eldest daughter. Like I'm like, I can do some stuff. I can carry some shit. So we'll have them. We'll pack. We have a 1-bedroom apartment, tiny bedroom apartment here. We leased it for, you know, really just to be the proximity to iHeart. And I think we'll be okay. We have a big couch and the bed. Those are my 2 beds. And a big like chair like this, but bigger. And I would like some prayers. I would like if everyone would just pray for us because moving is a biatch, but we will be we will be happy to get into a new space. It is further and our commute will perhaps be longer. Not perhaps, it will be. So yeah, but I don't want to think about that. I want to kind of tell you a little bit about our vacation. One of my bucket list places to visit for a long time has been Costa Rica. I always hear Costa Rica, so beautiful, go there, you learn to surf. Well, we went during the rainy season. So you have like the touristy time and then the rainy season. The rainy season is significantly not as busy, but I kind of like that because as you can tell, probably, I don't like big crowds. I don't like waiting. I don't like waiting in lines. I don't like that. I do like people. I like people one-on-one, but in big groups, it can get a little crazy. So we went to Costa Rica, we rented a car, and then we were off. And the roads there, had I been by myself, I would not have been able, I mean, I would have been forced to, I would have had to, but I'm relieved that my assistant, my buddy, the L O my L, my BF, Travis, drove us everywhere, because you're talking dirt roads, you're talking a little bitty highway in the mountains, zigzagging, potholes, uh, fog, rain, all of the seasons like in one drive, like just so crazy and so unpredictable, but really exciting if you're not doing the driving. Like you're able to just enjoy it, and ooh, look at those cows, and ooh, look at those birds, and ooh, look at that greenery. So that was really exciting. It did get very foggy for about an hour in the drive, and we were going probably 15 miles an hour up a mountain because we could not see anything in front of us, but we were trying to get to our destination. So our first destination was Manuel Antonio, and Manuel Antonio is more by the beach. It's by the Pacific. Okay. So we get there, and we get there at night because it gets dark really early, and you can like feel and hear the rainforest around you. Well, we go to bed, we wake up early, and we go to breakfast, and the views are immaculate. They have delicious breakfast, lots of rice and beans, lots of plantains, lots of fresh fruit. And we go to one of the things I want to do. I wanted to see a damn whale. I want to see a whale. Guys, I'm sad to report we did not see them. They say around October 15th is basically like the cutoff for when the whales are usually active every day. So we just got there a little too late. I think a boat that we had passed on the jet skis, because we booked a jet ski excursion to go see them. I think we had just missed a whale, and I was trying to do the whale girl and summon them, and just the dory. It was not fucking happening. I was so upset, but we were on a jet ski, and I was having a really great time either way. Well, we stopped to kind of switch drivers because Travis drove. We were on a 2-person jet ski. He drove like half the way, but we were like out there proper. Waves are coming, waves are splashing, but I'm having a great old time. I'm like singing, kicking my legs up. We stop, and Travis is like not feeling well. He's just like sick. Well, he doesn't tell me. We switch, we get on the boat, and like while he was driving, I was getting all these cute videos. Well, when I was driving, I'm like, this selfish POS. He doesn't get any footage of me doing anything fun ever. And I'm like, can you please get some video of me? And he's like he just looks bad. Like he's down so bad. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not feeling well. I'm like, are you sick? Because I'm like on cloud 9, like I'm having the time. We're going by beaches. There's all these mountains. It's just so beautiful. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't feel good. And I'm like, oh shit, my bad. But also take a couple videos. So and thankfully it was like the shorter part of the thing. Like we got back on, we drove back, we got back on land. We had stopped and ate some fresh pineapple. But yeah, Trav's a land animal. See, I'm okay on a jet ski. I can do that. And God, knock on wood. I've never been seasick, and I'm not fucking interested in it. I'm not interested in it. It seems awful. Anything that involves nausea or things with your stomach curdling or just being uneasy. I hate that. I do hate flying. I do really not enjoy flying. Like the way he got seasick, like I kind of feel that when we're coming back down on the landing every time on an airplane. So I hate that. But it like subsides. Like it subsides really quick. So that was like our first adventure excursion. Then later in the day, we went and we had these delicious. So in Costa Rica, one of their signature snacks is called a caldosa. A caldosa is a little bag of chips, and they crunch up the chips, and then they pour, and then they put ceviche, and then they put like this delicious like juice, like savory. I kind of want to compare it to like a Thai fish sauce or something like that. It's tangy, it's pleasant, it's juicy, it's delicious. So we had a caldosa for the first time with ceviche, and I was like, oh my God, give me 14 of them. Like it was so good. So then now everywhere when we want a snack, we're trying to stop. We're like, we want a caldosa. And it's like $4. And it's like it's pretty good price. Well, they also do them with chicharron. So we pull over and see, he thought it was a ceviche caldosa place. I was like, oh, this is I think it's chicharron here. And he goes, oh, okay. Like he was going to say, like, let's get back. Cause he knows I will have ceviche for every meal. Doesn't matter. I'm obsessed. But I'm like, no, I heard on TikTok that this is also good, that the chicharron is really good. So we do that. She opens up a bag, crushes the chips, puts like 30 pieces of chicharron in there, puts the caldosa, my mouth is actually watering right now, puts the juice on top of it, and me and Trav share that. So good. So good. Like tied for the best thing we ate there with some other treats. But like bomb.com, amazingly priced, so delicious. You're on the side of the road. It's green everywhere. You're like, finally, I've made some good choices in my life that I'm here eating this caldosa chicharron, you know, so good. Okay. So that was that. That was on the way. That was after we had left. That was after we had left Manuel Antonio. Manuel Antonio was a place where it was like a macaw eco-life sanctuary. So we did see some macaws there. We saw some iguanas. We saw this little rodent looking thing. I saw that motherfucker like 6 times. I'm like, is this like my friend? Is this my pet? Like I saw him a lot. And then that was, and then a sea turtle in the water, and then some fish in the marina. But that was really the extent of the wildlife, which I know normally when it's not the rainy season is a little bit more teeming. But I loved it. I loved it. Then we left there to go to Arenal. Arenal is in the La Fortuna area, and there's a huge volcano in the middle of all this action. It looks incredible. It is an active volcano. It smokes like a little bit, but it's like right in the middle of the village, in the middle of the jungle. So we go to our next hotel, and it's called Amor Arenal. Mind you, I didn't know what he had booked, okay? I didn't know. I'm a control freak. Normally, I do the booking. I know where I want to stay. He handled it. So I'm like ready for anything, but also ready to be like, what the fuck is this? So we go, we pull in, and, you know, like security guards, they let us in. And like when we're waiting, they're like, you can go over there and, you know, have some self-serve coffee and water. And I'm like, okay, rude. Because at the last place, they had like handed us a tropical drink, a fresh hot pastry with like cheese in it. And I'm like, okay, well, they hate us here. Obviously, they don't care about us as clients. But then after we got settled and checked in, they take us into our room, and it was breathtaking. I mean, it is breathtaking, guys. There are windows everywhere, so the room is so bright. They have like a clear thing of just sweets. So they open it, and it's just like all these chocolate sweets, cookie sweets, coconut sweets, everything. They're like, hey, there's a mini fridge that's stocked, that's all complimentary. Homemade kombucha, homemade sangria. It's like all there for you. And I'm like, why did they don't even give me the self-serve BS. Just starve me out. That way I'm pleasantly surprised and I can eat all these snacks as soon as I get here. The shower was amazing. It was like a dual rain drop, like raining shower heads. And it was clear also. So like while you're taking a shower, you can like look right at the volcano in the backyard. Then on the deck, there was a hot tub filled with like the mineral water, and then just a place to sit. Oh my God. I want to go back. I want to live there. I'm like doing the math in my head. Like, how much money do we need to live here for the rest of our lives? Like, I want to be there so bad. And it was just so fun. It was just so good. And then they sent me a cake, a happy birthday cake, because she asked if we were celebrating anything. It was just so nice. It was just so nice. So we did get there in time. Like I said, it gets dark a little bit early. So there is a trail. It's called the Serenity Trail. Now, if I tell you, oh, we went on the Serenity Trail, you're thinking that sounds like a relaxing time. Well, you would be wrong, because before we even get on the damn trail, there's like all these signs like peligrosa, like this is dangerous, like you'll be aware, enter at your own risk. And I'm like, damn. Luckily, Travis did pack us some headlamps, and I'm like, okay, this is like, we're not Indiana Jones, but thank you for bringing them. That's very cute. They also had rain boots for us in the room, which we had packed hiking boots, but we decided to go ahead and use the rain boots, which I'm glad we did, because we had to cross like 5 fucking rivers. We had to cross like raging waters. Well, not raging, but really scary. And it was very slippery. You don't laugh. You know it was very slippery. You fell, sir. He fell, and it scared the bejesus out of me, because the worst thing that you can do in the jungle on a hike. And it wasn't it wasn't like a serenity trail. It was like a treacherous hike. When Travis fell, I'm like, shit, he's broken his ankle. Like, we're stuck. Like, I'm thinking where he's like, I'm okay. But he was using our little camera. And I'm like, you know what? Let's put the camera away. Let's focus on where we're stepping, because it was so slippery and muddy. And we did see a monkey. We saw all kinds of beautiful plants. Again, we're crossing over rivers. We're stepping in the water. So I'm glad we didn't wear our hiking boots there. But we have some video footage of that too. I'll probably maybe try to upload that later. But it was crazy. So it's kind of like already dark because the canopy, you have all this tree coverage, which is nice. But then when it gets really dark, it's like really fucking dark. So we did need the headlamps. And I've never been happier to like pop out on a road and like, hey, this way back to the hotel. It's exciting, but it was a little terrifying. Then we walked up to the bar. We had some delicious like native drinks. We did bring back a Costa Rican spirit, which is cheap, but it goes down very smooth. There's also this shot called a chili guardo, which is basically like a little... I would call it like a little Bloody Mary shot, or like a little michelada shot. It's not beer. They put whatever that spirit is, and it escapes my mind right now, but it's so delicious. And we had those at every stop as well. So we did that. The bungalows were amazing. We stayed to the last second. I think checkout was at noon. We were like at 11:59. We're like, okay, we should go. So we stayed there as long as possible. Then we did a bridge tour and checked into another bungalow. And that one actually had a better view of the mountain from a side. And it was much more cost effective. But it just didn't come with all the amenities of the other one. And it was really, really fun. Really fun. Great trip. 10 out of 10 would recommend. If anyone needs help planning a Costa Rica trip, please let me know, because now I feel like I know what I'm doing and I'm an expert in all things Costa Rican. Okay. We got home. My mom picked us up. I told my mom, thank you, because she stayed a little extra day so she could pick us up from the airport. It's like, what do you want for dinner? Get in the car. She doesn't know what she wants. What do you guys want? Okay. Well, me and my mom aren't going to make a decision ever together. Travis, on the other hand, was like, why don't we go to Soho Chicken? Guys, Soho Chicken is a Korean food spot in Bel Air that has some of the best like deep fried popcorn chicken, which is why Travis likes to go. I wasn't necessarily craving that, but they do have like gimbap. They have like cheesy corn. They have like Korean style like barbecue pork, the ribs that you can get, the spare ribs that you can get. They have really, really, I mean, I like Asian food, any kind of Asian food. And I love Korean food. So they also have a special where you get a pitcher of beer and a bottle of soju for $25. So we love that. We love that for us. And the party just kind of kept on rolling. When we got there too, there was like a K-pop fancy dessert bar right next to us. And it had a line out the door. They're doing like a K-pop Demon Hunters thing. And it was packed. And we saw these two guys in line. I told my mom, I go, ask those guys what they're doing here. They're like, oh, it's a K-pop Demon Hunters and we're waiting in line for our kids. I was like, that's what's up. Those are some good dads right there. So that was very cute. And Travis was relieved because he thought the line was for Soho Chicken. And it wasn't. It was, people were not out the door. See, Travis would be out the door for this chicken, but no, it was just the K-pop Demon Hunters. Okay, so we got home, we did that. We went and put in our application for our apartment, and then we went to that golf course, which I mentioned. While I've been on vacation for a week, I also got a text from my friend Lauren Kelly, who is a reporter and our live in the field reporter for Houston Live. And she says the Rockets have been reaching out to them, asking them some questions. I'm like, oh, what kind of questions? Well, who's your favorite player? And immediately I fire off Alperen Sengun, send it to her. And then I'm like, wait. I go, oh, wait. Or maybe it's Jabari Smith. I go, no, wait. Maybe it's Amen Thompson. I'm like, hold on. Maybe it's who? No, it's not Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is the new player. He is the new one. I want them to know that I have been locked in with them longer than he is here. Now he just signed an extension. Kevin Durant just signed an extension. Travis is very excited about that. But I was really just, I mean, there are so many young, talented Rockets players that people don't know about, and they're finally going to get the attention they deserve because now Kevin Durant is here to lead them. And hopefully he leads them right into a playoff, right into a victory. Can we please get a damn trophy here in this city? Okay. We got home after the game, and actually we got In-N-Out first, which I have a new In-N-Out order. It is, quiet on the set, please, Travis. It is Flying Dutchman wrapped in onions, grilled onions on either side, mustard, fry the patties in mustard, fry the patties, okay? And then I go, and then can you give me a setup, like a protein style setup, and put pickles and tomatoes and the sauce and all that in there? And they go, we can just do that for you. Like, you don't have to do it. And I go, I kind of want to do it. And he goes, no, don't do it. And I go, okay. So I listened to the guy. You see how I had my idea of what I wanted, but then I was open to suggestions? That's how I came to have the perfect In-N-Out order. So I had that with fries, got the chopped chilies, got the full chilies, and I was taking a bite of chili and then spreading it all over. And it was so good. Oh my God, In-N-Out was so good. And it's still moderately priced. It's like one of these few places that still you can get a decent burger and it's not gonna cost you $15 fucking dollars. Like, very economy, dislike, very unsatisfied. Government situation, it shut down. Extremely dissatisfied, okay? Just so we know where I'm at. Okay? Talked about that. We were watching, okay, before I leave you guys, because this episode is about to come to a close, because I've yapped my little head off. I have a few recommendations for you to watch. One of them, Real Housewives of Miami. Why aren't you guys watching that? Gertie, amazing. There's a reunion right now. But you know what? I'm guilty of this because I only recently started watching the Real Housewives of Miami. Do you know how blessed I feel to not have watched the 5 other seasons? Like, I'm going to go back and watch those old episodes with fresh new eyes. And I absolutely can't wait. We had Gertie on as a guest. I will not stop fangirling over her. And she messaged me. She said, hey girl, can you follow this account? Because I'm trying to sell my book. Her book is called From Trauma to Trophies. And that is a great title. It's so great that not even I could forget it. Okay. And I can forget almost anything. So From Trauma to Trophies is her new book. It's a memoir. And this is someone who has been through so much in life, is so impressive, speaks. For someone, I'm trying to do Duolingo to get my Spanish better. I'm trying to do it like 10 times a day. I'm on an 8-day streak right now because going to Costa Rica made me realize, oh, that's the other thing. So when we're in Costa Rica, a guide tells me, where are you from? And I go, oh, soy de Texas. Like, I'm from Texas. And he goes, He goes, you could almost pass for a Latina. Bro, excuse me, what? ¿Cuál? ¿Cómo? ¿Dónde? He did. I'm like, no, bro, I am a Latina. Like, I'm sorry I'm from Texas. I'm like a 5th or 6th or 7th generation Texan. And I'm sorry that the border crossed me. And I'm sorry that my grandma got in trouble for talking Spanish in school and got punished. And then she didn't want us to speak Spanish. I'm doing my best, okay, to learn and to get better and to love and appreciate my culture. And I do. I fucking swear to God, I do. It's like so important to me. Like, I'll leave this country right now and go learn Spanish for 3 months. I wish I had 3 months off right now to do that. Babe, can you make money so I can do that? Thank you. The dagger, it was like this. I mean, it hurt. It hurt deeply, but I get it. I get it. Like, what do you mean? No, you can't call yourself a Latina. Like, your Spanish is not, es mal. Es muy mal. So that was upsetting. But but you know what? It's crazy because it's just who I am innately. All the locals around, they would say, soy morena, like me, like you're like me. Look, we have the same color skin. Look at us, check us out. And it was just the way, maybe people have privilege in other ways. I just felt amazing that I was embraced more by locals because of my dark skin. It's like I could almost pass for a Latina. Almost, guys. I'm working on it. So yeah. So Real Housewives of Miami, very important. I was talking about Gertie. She knows, the reason why I started saying that was because she knows multiple languages. I believe she speaks French, Spanish, and English perfectly. And I'm just, that is like so fucking impressive to me. So buy her new book, From Trauma to Trophies. And then, the documentary. So if you're like, Tessa, I'm never going to watch Real Housewives. That's fine. Okay. I get it. I understand. It's not for everyone. Not everyone loves to be entertained fully. There is a documentary called The Perfect Neighbor on Netflix. It is insane. It is actually insane. It is about a lady who lives in a community. Can you please get away from that door? For the love of Ray J. For the love of Ray J. And keep this in the pod because, stop.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything.
Quiet on set. We're almost done here. We're getting there. Stop your Pisces witchery. I'm telling you, he is a witch. He reads it. He reads black magic. Okay. The Perfect Neighbor is about a woman who lives in this community with a lot of kids. She lives in a neighborhood where the kids are, and they're not bad kids. They're outside, they're playing football, they're riding their bikes. All the families kind of talk. And this bitch is calling the cops on them like twice a week. She's telling them not to trespass. She rents a little spot in a duplex and she wants to say that the whole yard in front of her house or near it is like her private property. And she's like trying to encourage the neighbors to put like no trespassing signs. And they're like, no, they like the kids. One of the neighbors would go outside and play football with the kids. And the cops, and she's lying, she's just lying about what they're doing. She's lying and saying that she's threatened. I do not want to give away the end of this documentary. This is a true story. It happened in Florida. It involves stand your ground laws. It is heart-wrenching. It'll make you cry. I've cried like 3 times. But what pissed me off the most, and I'll get back to this because this is about community, like I said, AI trying to take away community. She had such an opportunity to be a part of a fun community with these kids. And instead of harnessing that, instead of being the neighbor who says, hey, you want a snack? You hungry? Come here. Instead of being the neighbor that says, oh my gosh, everyone drives slow. She would speed through the neighborhood. She'd call the cops on them. And she was just a miserable bitch. And she was the worst. She was the worst type of person, okay? So if you were that person that hates to hear children laughing, playing, being kids in the street, you have some serious self-reflection to do. And now I get off my soapbox and say, everyone watch that movie, okay? That's not from the soapbox. I think everyone should watch that movie because it's important. It's an important watch. All right, this is 40 episode of Tess Talks 2.0. Will we actually get into our apartment? Because I said we're moving, but our application actually hasn't been approved yet. So that is to be determined. I'll let you know how the TikTok dupes are doing. And we'll just have another good chat and a good yap next time. I am looking forward to having guests on this podcast. But for right now, it is just me, your girl. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I'll see you later. Bye.